Well, happy Thursday, and welcome back to Let's Discuss with John Barba. And I hope that you all have had a great week this week. I mentioned yesterday that we needed to talk a little bit about the elections from Tuesday. It was really kind of interesting. Depending on which side of the aisle you're on, you were either happy, not happy. Some legislate the Virginia legislature flipped. So you're either delighted about that or not delighted. Um, there was a really good guy running for the governor of Kentucky. Did not did not beat the incumbent, but there were other incumbents that stayed in office. Here in Texas, we had a bunch of propositions. Uh, in Texas, especially when it comes to certain authorities, even if it's local authority or taxation questions, we actually do an amendment to the Texas Constitution. That can be frustrating, but it's also a good checks and balances because it 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 really requires the citizens of the state of Texas to make their um, interests known. And so I'm going to talk to my friends here in Texas for just a moment on the election that happened Tuesday. And um, I'm going to say I was both very happy and very disappointed with the way that election came out. Let's discuss. As you all well know, I am definitely a more conservative person. I'm probably socially libertarian and fiscally conservative. So you may know very quickly why I was not happy with the way our elections came out. Um, and I want to take this bully pulpit to make a suggestion to the legislature in Austin for our next election and a amendment to our Constitution. Okay, and here is my suggestion on our ballot in my area. There were a lot of bond issues for various things, um, a lot of money, like $1 billion in bond issues that we voted on. And though I understand what a bond issue is for, and I understand why um, a government entity needs that, but I'm also going to say this out loud right now, um, and I would love to hear your opinions on this. When they pass these bond issues, and they did pass a bunch of bond issues in my area, everyone's taxes go up. The bonds have to be paid for, the interest has to be paid for, um, and that adds additional burden to a public that currently is has gotten beat up with inflation and higher interest rates and all the things that I really don't need to describe to you. You know this. Each one of you knows that it costs you more to go to the grocery store. That you've had to put off trips. You've had to put off buying that new car. You've had to look for alternative ways to pay for tuition for your kids to go to college. Um, you know, you're strapped. And that's not everybody out there, and I get that. I truly understand that. Some of you have prospered, and bless you. I am so very happy for you. But there are a whole lot of people that have not. There's a whole lot of people that I hear that 2 years ago, they were really happy because they had finally achieved a certain income level, which meant that they could start reaping the benefits of or the rewards of the hard work that they've put into their lives and their work. And now 2 years later, they're in a worse place than they were 3 years ago because the cost of living has gone up so much that their income just doesn't even come close. Okay. So to add the burden of additional taxation right now, I think was a very bad political move. And I'm saying this to the Republican legislature in Austin and the county commissioners in my county that, by the way, are supposedly Republicans to lay additional expense on people. Really a bad, bad move. And I really hope that you remember what you did when the elections come up, because my cost of living goes up because of your decisions to issue bonds or to do statewide funding. Yeah, I'm going to think about that when I vote, and I really hope that there's somebody running against you that says, "Hey, we need to get rid of this spending. We need to lower your cost of living. We need to give you better opportunities at a more fulfilled financial life." Um, and I would absolutely vote for somebody that wants to add um, a proposition for an amendment change to the state that says when there is a bond issue on the ballot that increases the taxes on anyone in the state of Texas, that you you have to submit your name when you vote for that bond issue. And all the people that are in favor of the bond issue and for that additional tax, they will be the ones that are willing to pay for it. If you vote nay to that bond issue, you don't have to pay the additional taxes. I think that would actually get some people to think whether or not some of these bond issues are actually relevant to everyone. Can't be just relevant to one little group, because that's not democracy, that's not fair. Now, do I believe we need to pay taxes? Yes. Do I believe that there's infrastructure that needs to be taken care of? Absolutely. You present a bond issue that is a justifiable expense and that benefits the community as a whole, then you know what? I would vote for it. But you present bond issues that are vague, bond issues that do not support everyone. Um, the vagueness is really big. There was a constitutional amendment here in Texas that would, um, it specifically stated that it would increase the cost of living for the retirement fund for some teachers in the state of Texas. Not all teachers, some teachers. Well, when you say some teachers, what teachers? And is that the teacher that barely survived on $35,000 a year? Or is it the administrator that made $300,000 a year? Which one of those gets a cost of living increase? Because I guarantee you, the $35,000 a year teacher, they need it, they deserve it, they worked for nothing, they did their jobs because they love teaching kids. They should be taken care of. The guy that made $250,000 a year who wasn't wise enough to save some of it, I'm sorry. That's a bitch, right? But at the end of the day, prove that these increases in my taxes are truly beneficial to the community and the state. Don't throw out these lofty things about how great it would be if the University of North Texas was given all this money for research and blah, blah, blah. I deal with the University of North Texas. Tuition has gone through the roof. They get tons of donations. They've got lots of money. Why should I have to vote for something that is going to give them part of $3.9 billion? Prove to me that that benefits me. Prove to me that that lowers tuition for kids going to school there, and then we can have a discussion. But if it doesn't do anything except for give more money to a university that has plenty of money, then I got a problem with that. Now, with that being said, if that's what you want, if you want those funds to go to universities, if you want those funds to go to XYZ, you absolutely have the right to vote for those kind of amendments and increases in taxes, and you should have to pay them. I shouldn't, unless I vote for them. If I vote for them, then I should have to pay for them. I think that should be the next amendment. Next November, I would love to see that. And if there was somebody running to represent me in the state of Texas that would propose that kind of amendment to our Constitution, you're going to probably get my vote. I say probably, and I will clarify, all the rest of the stuff has to be there too. But you tell me that the people that want higher taxes are willing to pay the higher taxes without burdening the people that can't pay the higher taxes or don't feel that the higher taxes are justified. I like that. We need it. Tell me what you think. Let's discuss this because whether you're in Texas or not, I'll bet you had some bond issues. And I certainly hope that you voted. If you didn't vote, you don't get to complain. I did, so I did. I do hope that you have a blessed Thursday. Hope your week has been wonderful. I look forward to discussing other topics with you again tomorrow. And please, as always, give me your feedback, private message me, um, tell me what you think, especially about the bond issue thing. Would love to know how you feel about the people that vote for more taxes are the ones that pay. If you don't vote for new taxes, you don't have to pay. Seems fair to me. Have a great Thursday. Be blessed.